All right, welcome to Loan Officer Freedom Podcast, where I bring you the tips and strategies and inspiration to help you crush it in the mortgage business. So, my name is Carl White. I'm your host, and I'm flying solo here today. Today's episode is how do we cut through the noise and focus on what really works to grow your business? So, let me ask you this. Are you feeling like tired of spinning your wheels, or you find yourself trying every new strategy and not seeing the results you deserve? If so, this episode's for you. So here's where this came from. The other day, I was scrolling through a Facebook group for loan officers, great group, right? And I saw a great question from one of the members, and I'm just going to make up a name here, and let's call her Lisa. Right? So Lisa was a member of this Facebook group, and she asked a great question. And her question was, what's the weird thing that you do that gets you a lot of business? And she goes on to say, I'm considering joining paid realtors groups, but I feel like that's basic. And I want to get more creative because every realtor knows there's 10 plus other lenders that they could use. Right. And that was her question. Right. So now this question resonated with a lot of people because let's face it, we've all been there. Right. We've all wondered, what can I do to stand out in a crowded market? But here's the kicker. Look, I've been doing this for about 25 years now, and and I'm not saying this to brag, just from a reference point. I've literally made millions and millions, I guess tens of millions of dollars at this point, for sure. And the kicker that I have found, having a team, we close, I don't know, 300 to 500 loans any given month, somewhere in that range. I mean, the summertime and spring more, wintertime somewhat less, but pretty solid there. And I've learned a couple things. Let me tell you something I've learned. The kicker, sometimes the answer isn't about being creative or different. It's about mastering the basics. And I get it. Like the basics aren't real sexy, but the results are. So, for example, like my dear friend, somebody that's part of Steve Kyle's wildly successful the network, Sarah Cox. I love Sarah and I love her story. And Sarah, by the way, is one of the many loan officers who responded to um, this loan officer that asked a question. Again, I think we're calling her Lisa here. She responded to Lisa with some real wisdom, and she didn't suggest. So Sarah didn't suggest anything flashy or unconventional. Instead, she shared her daily success plan, a plan that has put Sarah as one of the top 10 producers in her company. And it's a company, frankly, that, there's some big hitters in there. So Sarah just mapped out her daily success plan, which is in essence, really four parts. It's calling on the agents who've sent her closable loans in the past 90 days, right? So calling real estate agents. Number two, provides updates to everybody involved in her current transactions she's already doing, like the title company, insurance agents, transactional coordinator, buyer's agent, listing agent, right? So giving them updates and asking for the business. Wednesday, calling her past database, right? And then Thursday, calling all of her clients that she's pre-approved in the past that are currently out looking for properties, right? So that's her basic plan. Here's the best part. She ends every single call with a simple question of, when she's talking to the client, say, can I count on you to send your friends, family, coworkers who are looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Can I count on you to send them my way? Or for real estate agents, she just asked for the next deal. Like, who do you have today that I can help get pre-approved to make sure it's the best use of your time? That's it. No gimmicks, no paid leads, just a consistent, focused plan that works. Now, keep in mind that 2 years ago, Sarah was a non-producing manager, right? She managed an office in the mortgage business, so she had zero of her own production, and now she's in double digits, right? She does in the teens, month after month after month, right? And again, it's nothing fancy, it's nothing weird, it's just a consistent, focused plan that works. So let me tell you a little bit about the trap to avoid. Now, Lisa's follow-up comment is where things got a little interesting. So once Sarah said, hey, here's what I do, Lisa, again, awesome question, and I love this dialogue, and I love these kind of communications. But Delisa's follow-up comment is where things get a little interesting. She said, she felt like she was surrounded by 1,000 other lenders and that she would just get stuck on a realtor's list until she proved herself, right? I don't even know how you'd prove yourself if you're not getting a deal yet. So let me tell you something, that mindset is a trap, right? And I told, again, I'm using air quotes, Lisa, that like that's a trap thinking that way. And I'm going to tell you that whoever told Lisa that she's just another face in the crowd or that she has to jump through hoops to get noticed is just dead wrong, right? Likely anybody that said that told her that information is a struggle bunny themselves, right? They're likely not doing anything, almost certainly. So the truth is success doesn't come from doing like weird or unusual or clever or 30 different things. It comes out. Come to find out, it comes from doing like success, big success, comes from doing a few things consistently and doing them very well, right? So Sarah isn't out there chasing shiny objects or trying to be everywhere at once. She's sticking to the fundamentals, and the results speak for itself, right? So you really got to watch out for this mindset of I'm just like everybody else, and I'm just going to be put on a list. That's just old tapes of that likely was taught to you by a struggle bunny. Now, one thing I think we have to clarify, you'll see people say, well, yeah, but I'm very successful and I'm doing these weird things. And I'm not saying they aren't, but I think you have to define what is successful. I was talking with a loan officer not too long ago, and we're talking about like social media leads. And this person said, I'm crushing it on social media. I closed a good 13 loans for the year, right? And to that person, and I'm not taking away 13 loans for the year, or basically one a month, was success, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? My hat's off to them, right? They frankly, they close more than most. But let's just get real for a second. Again, I don't want to sound uncool or anything because I congratulate everybody with moving forward. That one a month is not what I call successful. Frankly, that 13 for the year is just what I would call a decent month, right? And the group that we hang out with, the loan officers in my branch, that's just kind of okay for the month, much less for the year. And so I think you have to make sure that we're resetting or stating the definition of what is successful and what is not. Again, not trying to be uncool or anything, but I think you have to define these things. Hey there. Hey, if you're loving the tips so far, be sure to hit that subscribe button right down there and then tap the little bell so that you never miss out on more free cool tips coming your way. Also, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment beneath there. Let me know what you think or tell me what you'd like to hear next. So back to Lisa here for a second. She said something in her follow-up comment that stuck with me. And she said, I feel like I'm surrounded by 1,000 other lenders and I'm just another name on a list until I prove myself. And I want to stop just for a second and unpack that because this isn't just Lisa's belief. I'm so glad she openly spoke her mind, and I congratulate her for doing that because this is something that so many loan officers wrestle with. The idea that you have to prove yourself before you're worthy of success, that's nothing more than self-doubt dressed up as logic, right? And let me say it clearly, Lisa, you are enough. As you're listening to this today, you're enough. I think that's such an important message. You are enough. You don't have to prove your worth to anybody, right? You already have what it takes to succeed. Like you take Sarah, she's gotten wildly successful is because she started to realize she's enough. She has what it takes to succeed. We might have helped her map out a plan. I get that. I'm not minimizing that. But one thing I always keep in mind is that old song by the group America. The name of the song was The Tin Man. And the song has a lyric in it that I just love. And it said, Oz never did give nothing to the Tin Man that the Tin Man didn't already have. Right? So Oz didn't give the Tin Man a heart. He didn't give the lion courage. Oz just let these people aware that they already had it. And I think that's a big part of what I do on a day-to-day basis. Of course, we talk about strategies and scripts and go into specifics about it. But I think it's just learning that you're enough and you don't have to prove your worth to anybody. You already have what it takes to succeed, I think is a really, really, really big deal. And I think the real question isn't whether or not you're enough. It's whether you're willing to follow a plan and stick with it long enough to see it work, just like Sarah and thousands of other loan officers that have gone through our trainings, right? That's really it. It's just, do you have the discipline? The discipline is the secret sauce. It's following the plan and having the discipline. And when you do that, there's no reason to do 30 other different things, right? I have found that, like, just sticking with the data success plan and following through with it with discipline on a Monday through Thursday basis for 2 hours a day, doing that open prospecting, it's my belief that it's impossible to fail when you do that, right? And why the basics work, like Sarah's plan that she's doing, it works because it's simple, it's actionable, and it's built on relationships, right? Loan officers who succeed at the very highest levels aren't the ones with the most creative strategies. They're the ones that show up every day. They build real connections and they ask for the business, right? I mean, think about it. People want to work with somebody that they know, like, and trust. And when you stay consistent, you earn that trust. Understanding that 100% of the referral partners that are at high level, that's exactly how they got big and successful. And they're going to recognize you for what you're doing, which is the same thing they did. So as you're listening to this, you might go, hey, Carl, that sounds all great, but, like, how do I start? Well, here's the good news. It's like, you and me and Sarah, you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to figure this out on your own. I mean, everything Sarah shared is part of a proven system that we teach over here at the Mortgage Marketing Animals in our membership. We've got the scripts, step-by-step directions, the daily schedule, the community support, the encouragement. It's all part of the Mortgage Marketing Animals membership to help you simplify your business, not be clever, but to simplify your business and simply get the results that you're looking for. And I would love to walk you through it so that you can see what you might be missing out on. And this wouldn't be a sales pitch. It's a quick demo call where either Lucas or myself, sometimes Lucas, sometimes myself, sometimes both of us, will walk you through exactly what's in the inside of the membership and how all this works, right? So the bottom line is, go to MMAdemo.com. MMAdemo.com. MMA stands for Mortgage Marketing Animals. So MMAdemo.com. And it'll take you to a calendar and book your walkthrough. Again, this is not a sales call. We're just going to show you what you might be missing out on, like all the resources that's in there. And it is vast. It's a vast resource that's in there. So, the bottom line, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to be overly clever. Success in business isn't about being the most creative or doing the most things. It's about mastering the basics, staying consistent, asking for the business. So take a page out of Sarah's playbook, stick to a simple plan, and watch how quickly things that I believe can turn around for you. And if you want a little help getting started, don't hesitate to book that walkthrough, and let's make this your breakthrough year. It's your turn now. So MMAdemo.com, MMAdemo.com. So thanks so much for tuning in here to myself, Carl White, and the Loan Officer Freedom Podcast. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and don't forget to share this with a fellow loan officer who could use a little clarity and encouragement, right? So next time, keep it simple, keep crushing it. I'll talk to you when you call in. We'll see you on that MMAdemo.com. Again, just go on that page, pick a time and date that works best for you. And we're working, just go into the calendar. There's likely some openings right now. So go check it out. Thanks so much. And I'll talk to you when you call in. And we'll see you on the next episode of Loan Officer Freedom. Keep it simple. We just need structure. We don't need to be creative. We just need to take action and do it. Follow the plan that's already working. So I'll talk to you when you call in.